So today we're talking about parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines are lines in the same plane that never intersect. So for example, this red line, y equals 1/2 x plus 2, and this blue line, y equals 1/2 x minus 2. You can see that these lines have the same slope. Do you see that? They have the same slope and they have different y-intercepts. These lines are parallel lines because they have the same slope and different y-intercepts. They will never intersect. Are the graphs of y equals 1/3 x plus 5 and 2x plus 6y equals 12 parallel? How can we tell if lines are parallel? If the slope is the same and the y-intercept is different, then they're parallel. Now, these two lines are not written in the same format. This line is in slope-intercept form. Can we change this second line to slope-intercept form so that we can compare it? So in other words, we want y by itself. We want it in y equals mx plus b format. So let's start by taking 2x to the other side. So minus 2x, 6y equals negative 2x plus 12. We have to get rid of that 6, so we have to divide by 6. What you do to one side, you do to the other. This means y equals negative 2 over 6x plus 12 over 6. And we can simplify this. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2. So the equations we're comparing now are y equals negative 1/3 x plus 2 and y equals 1/3 x, negative 1/3 x plus 5. We bring this one down here. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus 5. Are these equations parallel? Are these lines parallel? Let's look at their slope. Same slope? Same slope. Different y-intercept? Different y-intercept. So are these lines parallel? Yes, they are parallel. Why are these lines parallel? They have the same slope and different y-intercepts. Write an equation of a line that contains the ordered pair 5, 1 and is parallel to y equals 3 over 5x minus 4. Now, we know three different equations of the line. Y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form. Do we have a slope? Yes, we know that the slope of parallel lines are exactly the same, so we have the slope. Do we have a y-intercept? No. We know standard form, ax plus by equals c. Do we have the x and the y-intercept? No, so we can't use it. And we know point slope, y minus y sub 1 equals mx minus x sub 1. Do we have a point and do we have a slope? Yes, so we can use point slope. So we're using y minus y sub 1 equals mx minus x sub 1. If we need to write an equation of the line that contains the point 5, 1, this will be our x sub 1 and our y sub 1. And it's parallel to this line. Y equals 3 over 5x minus 4, where our slope is 3 over 5. So what we need to do next is substitute into our equation. So we can say y minus 1, or y sub 1, equals slope 3 over 5 x minus 5. Okay? Yes or no? Are we okay up to here? This is the equation of the line in point-slope form. Now, we're given this equation in slope-intercept. So we're going to change our equation to slope-intercept form. That means we have to distribute the 3/5. Y minus 1 equals 3 over 5x minus 15 over 5. 3 times 5 is 15, our denominator. We're going to simplify. Y minus 1 equals 3 over 5x minus 3. To change this equation to slope-intercept form, we have to add 1. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Y equals 3 over 5x minus 2. This right here is the equation of the line that contains the point 5, 1 and is parallel to y equals 3 over 5x minus 4. So perpendicular lines are lines that intersect to form right angles. For example, this red line, y equals negative 1/4 x minus 1, and this blue line, y equals 4x plus 2. They form a 90-degree angle right here where they intersect. The slopes of perpendicular lines. Two lines are perpendicular if the product of their slope is negative 1. So if we look at the slope of these two lines, the product means the answer to multiplication. So if we multiply these, we say 4 times negative 1/4, it equals negative 1. The product of two numbers is negative 1 if one number is a negative reciprocal of the other. So what does this mean? In other words, for two lines to be perpendicular, their slopes have to be negative reciprocals of each other. Or for example, if we have the line y equals 3/4 x plus 5, the slope of a perpendicular line would be what? So let's start with our slope. If the slope is 3/4, what is the reciprocal of 3/4? 4 over 3. And what is the negative reciprocal of 3/4? Well, the negative reciprocal of 3/4 would be negative 4 over 3. So a line that would be perpendicular to this line would have a slope that is negative 4 over 3. If we multiply 3/4 times negative 4 over 3, does it equal negative 1? Negative 12 over 12, negative 1. Find an equation of a line that contains 0, negative 2 and is perpendicular to y equals 5x plus 3. So let's identify the slope that is given to us. A slope of 5 is given to us. Let's find the negative reciprocal of this slope. So what's the reciprocal of 5? 1 over 5. And the negative reciprocal would be negative 1 over 5. This is the slope we're using. Now we're given the ordered pair 0, negative 2. This ordered pair is the y-intercept. So we can use the slope-intercept form of an equation of a line, y equals mx plus b, and we can substitute our slope. So y equals negative 1 over 5x minus 2. Now we've substituted the y-intercept. So we have to write an equation of the line that contains the ordered pair 1, 8 and is perpendicular to y equals 3/4 x plus 1. The first thing we have to do is we have to identify our slope, the slope that is given, which is 3/4, and we have to change the slope to the negative reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 3/4 is 4 over 3, and the negative reciprocal would be negative 4 over 3. This is what we're using for slope. Now we're given an ordered pair, 1, 8. Can identify this ordered pair as x sub 1 and y sub 1. Now we have the slope and we have a point, so we're going to use the point slope formula. Y minus y sub 1 equals m x minus x sub 1. And we can substitute. Y minus 8 equals negative 4 over 3 x minus 1. We have our formula in point slope form. We can change this to slope intercept. To start by distributing. So y minus 8 equals negative 4 over 3x plus 4 over 3. Now we can add 8. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Y equals negative 4 over 3x plus 9 and 1/3.